dollar, and at the same time, since it's being priced in dollar, and the dollar today may seem to be a very low asset, or low liquidity on dollar. So what should we expect for the DSR gold spot today? All right, so our analysis still remains the same. If you look at the weekly analysis, as we have been saying and viewing that for the past few weeks now, we've seen how that market has just been, pushing to our POI, and where we still expect it to get to is still very much here at this particular level, and this is on the weekly time frame. If price wants to really come all the way to the downside, so that is our view for on the weekly time frame for the precious metal. Now let's go to the daily time frame. You are going to observe that on the daily time frame, price is still pushing towards where we expect it to get to. Although on the lower time frame, particularly 4-hour time frame, we see where price reacted from this level. That was on Thursday into Friday. And at the same time, we are still expecting price to get back there, react if need be, but still push all the way into the shoulder that we are having on the daily time frame, which is around the 2,756 level. All right, for the precious metal. So if you are looking to sell gold today, is going to be majorly at that particular level, but this week rather, because today there's high probability we may not see it get there today. And if it happens to be today will be the rally for gold for it to get to this particular level, then we can easily start the sell off from that floor. So the overall view is that we are expecting to sell gold around the 2,755 level to the downside. So that's the daily outlook for gold this week. Now on the 4-hour outlook, we are going to observe that we discussed sometimes last week that we want price to come and take out liquidity around this level. And price did the same thing. Price, took out liquidity from that level and begin to sell all the way to the downside. However, that happens during the Asian session on Friday morning. So it gives us, we couldn't jump into that trade. Everybody is actually asleep while men slept. All right, even though that's also the same thing that's happening in the crypto space. All right, but on the precious metal, this happened Thursday night into Friday morning, and we couldn't see it retrace back. But early hours of today, we see how that price has started pushing all the way back up again. And we are still of the opinion that yes, high tendency it get back to that spot. But when it gets back there, the probability that that level will hold is very low because price already tapped into it and sold off. Now we are going to think this is not a big move until you discover that it's over 500 pips to the 200 pips to the downside. All right. So make sure you trade cautiously for gold. Now let's go to the 1-hour time frame to see what exactly is going on the 1-hour time frame for the precious metal. Now on the 1-hour time frame, what we are expecting to see is actually a two-way move for the precious metal. Let me have a full view so you can see. Now the two-way move is if price keeps moving to this particular level and it gets here and we see a clear sell signature, we may give it a last leg push for us to short all the way to the downside. However, there's a buy signature somewhere around this level here, and that is why you see this markup waiting here. All right, so I will be willing to buy the precious metal around the 2,660 level all the way into the daily POI. So when price gets to this level, you may want to take your buy with your stop loss around the 2,655 level. I think that is less than 50 pips. All right, 2,660 to 2,665, about 50 pips SL for the precious metal. All right, that really makes sense, right? So all we are going to be waiting for is price selling up all the way to this level. But let's go to the lower time frame to see if there's any entry for us to take any trade right now, either to follow it down here or we should just wait for price to get here and we can follow it all the way back to the upside. Now let's check on the 15-minute time frame to see what exactly is going on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, now on the 15-minute time frame, remember the sell here on Thursday happens all the way to the downside. Now we'll be waiting for price to come back there, even on Friday, but price did not get there. But early hours of today, you can see how price move aggressively to the upside. So what exactly are we waiting for? is that if there's high tendency price get to this point and give a sell signature to follow it down. But now that price is moving as though it's running all the way to that buy zone. So we have not seen any entry for that particular sell. However, this happens to be somehow an entry of such. But the reason why uh, is because of the price action that happens here. There is actually a brief tussle between buyers and sellers here. Now, you may not see it as a very long one here, but if you go to your 5 minute time frame, it becomes very much more obvious how that price really did not the tussle there. You can see it here. So it ought to be a very sharp move for it to come down, looking at our false pattern, our false strategy. However, price actually so this is the just that the speed is not that clean for us to trade. And we can see how that price grab liquidity around this level here to the downside. Since price already grabbed liquidity, and at the same time, it really did not see the sell signature where we look out for bearish engulfing candle. All we just see is price all the way down. And now that we've seen the three consecutive moves to the downside, I would still advise if there's a way you want to do it, let's wait and see if price is pushed to the upside. So I'll be willing to sell the precious metal somewhere here if I see the sell signature, or I will be willing to buy if price comes all the way to this low, then we can easily follow it to the upside. Like we've always said that patience is one of the key attribute of a profitable trader. If you truly know you want to be profitable in the long run, you have to be very, very patient. So that is the outlook for the precious metal today on the daily time frame, weekly time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour, down to 15 minutes and 5 minute time frame. So let's quickly get to Japan to see what is actually going on in Japan. And we have a decision on the yen correlated pairs after we look at the yen basket. All right, on the yen basket from the weekly time frame, bias still remains the same. How that we still expect our price to come all the way to come and grab liquidity around this level and tap into this weekly FVG. You can see it there. So that is what I am still of the opinion price still wants to do. And like we see last week happens to be a bullish week for the yen basket. You can see the bullish candle. So this week we expect some level of sell-off, and the high tendency that we are looking out for is this week into next week. We want to see the yen basket clear this liquidity here. Now it becomes much more obvious on your week daily time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, you can see how that after this massive move since July 2024, we've been seeing what most of what we call a more like a bullish flag or so. All right, and price has not really broken the downside because of this liquidity we have here. So we expect that price should still come up to some level to take out this liquidity and then push back all the way to the upside. Then the bull move for the yen basket can continue. All right, that is that on the daily time frame for the yen basket. Now, if you look at it on the 4 hour time frame, you are going to observe that it happens to be almost a similar thing altogether. So we've been seeing that price is pushing all the way to the downside. You look at this last thing and it's coming down again and again. Now I'm of the opinion that this level, remember on Friday, we said that we want this level where we have this liquidity at this level here. We expect that price should take out this liquidity. But price did not necessarily take it out. Just tap a little bit into it, and you can see the price pattern struggling there. So I'm still of the opinion there's a high tendency. We see price take out this liquidity. And as a matter of fact, price may likely, trade into this particular level here. And what gives me that, view? And this is it. Let me just make the illustration here. So we may see price do something like this all the way, move all the way here into this week, clear this level here, then move all the way up here. Then we now begin to see our sell-off all the way to the downside. All right, so that is the view for the yen basket. Now, if you look at it on the 1 hour time frame, it happens to be a bullish move on the 1 hour time frame. How that price is creating, but remember, that the higher time frame controls the lower time frame. However, lower time frame makes up the higher time frame. So if on the higher time frame, price is telling us that we still need to see some level of pullback for it to now move all the way to the upside, then lower time frame will just be telling us what we should be doing at a given time. So as we've seen that liquidity has been built, all diagonal liquidity has been built all through this place. So we expect price to come all the way and clear all those liquidity to the downside. All right. So if that is what we are expecting on the yen basket, then what should we be looking out for on the other yen correlated here? So let's quickly start with GJ. Now for GJ, GBP, JPY, we are going to observe how that price has really been, respecting this trend line for for some days now. Since last year, August, we've seen how that price has been bouncing from this line all the way to the upside. However, a few days ago, we see that it broke it to the downside and closed it below. So that is giving us a pre-information of what will likely happen on this particular asset class. But this is on the daily time frame. Remember, and what we have here right now, I am still of the opinion this level we've been looking at for the past almost few weeks now. If you refine it to your lower time frame, you are going to see an entry for a buy level around this level, this zone that we mark here. So just go to your 15-minute time frame and check what happens in the market on the 2nd and 3rd of December 2024. That will give you a free information of what you are expecting to see. Now, if that should be the case, where exactly are we heading to for GJ? Now, if you look at it on the weekly time frame for JPY, you are going to see that price has been on a bullish trend all the way to the upside. So we still expect it to still push to the upside more. And knowing fully well that we are still expecting a level of sell-off on the yen basket. So if the yen basket is selling, then we expect GJ to buy. All right. So that is what we are looking out for on the chart moving forward. So now let's see on the daily time frame, where exactly are we heading to? Now remember, on the daily time frame, this is it. This is what we are seeing. But for 4-hour time frame, we've seen that price has really broken to the downside, which is giving us a level of concern. However, you can see the shoulder that we have here on 4-hour time frame. Price has not really tapped into it. Just come near it here. So I'm still of the opinion that price should still come a little bit more to this downside here, and that will give us that is giving us a confirmation of what we saw on the yen basket, how that price is still going to push a little bit to the upside to clear that liquidity, mitigate that level, then begin to turn to the downside. So if that is what is going to happen as the yen basket is pushing to the upside to go and tap into that liquidity level, then we are going to see a sell-off of GJ somewhere here. Then we can now begin to follow it all the way to the upside as the yen basket turns to our POI. All right, so that is that for the GBP JPY on the 4-hour time frame. Now, if you look at it on the 1-hour time frame, we have a similar move there too on the 1-hour time frame. So we are expecting today to be some level of sell-off for GJ moving forward. All right. So if you look at it on the 15-minute time frame too, that is what we are expecting. Now, the recent structure that we have on GJ now, I will be willing, if price did not necessarily get to this 4-hour POI here, then where exactly would I be willing to take my first shot for GJ? Now that will be on the 15-minute time frame, how that I'm expecting price to come and clear liquidity around this level here. All right. So if price takes out this level, then this is going to be our shoulder within the break to the upside. But before the break, we see how that price retraces back. So we expect price to come and take out liquidity here and push all the way forward. So when price gets to this particular zone, I want to see a sell buy structure. When I see my buy entry signature, then I can now give it a shot to follow it all the way to the upside with my stop loss somewhere below this level here. So that is for GJ on the 15-minute time frame. That's the trade outlook for GJ today. So on your watch today, we have gold entry, which is on a double side, which is a buy from the 1-hour time frame below and a sell from the 15-minute time frame above. So anyone that gets there first and you see the confirmation of your entry, you give a short and you follow through. All right. So lastly, before we go to the second session of the market call, let's quickly take a look at AUDJPY. Now, for AUDJPY on the weekly time frame, you are going to observe we have more like a bit similar price action on the inverse look of what we are seeing on the yen basket. And you can see it now. You can see it now. So what exactly are we looking out for? So we expect for AUDJPY to still push all the way to the upside. However, you can see some levels here that I am still of the opinion that AUDJPY can still rally all the way into. As a matter of fact, this is giving also an insight if you can take out time to go and check what is actually going on AUD USD2, then have compare it with this particular chart that we have on AUD JPY. You can do that after the session. All right. Now, if you look at the daily time frame for AUD JPY, you are going to see that price has been consolidating all through since the massive sell-off and market structure shift that we have here sometimes last year. All right. So right now, price is just consolidating. So what exactly are we now going to be doing here? So the best thing to do is go to the lower time frame to see if you have your entry signature and keep following it all the way to the downside. Now for the lower time frame, this is the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame would have this particular zone to be a sell zone for AUD and price to come and take out liquidity around somewhere here and tap more, then we begin to see the sell off all the way to the downside. And remember that this particular level that we marked on AUD price tapped into it sometime on Friday and begin to fly all the way to the upside. Something like this that we saw on the GBP remember? But that of GBP price has not tapped into it. So that is giving us a pre-information that one of the asset class is lagging. So we are waiting and expecting for GBP to do its own tap into that same level that we see here on its own 15 minutes. When price tap there, then we can easily follow through. That's why we are seeing GBP still pushing to the downside and not having enough to move on side. All right. So on the 1 hour time frame, what do we see for the on 1 hour time frame? We are seeing a structure for the day there. So I'm expecting that our price should come all the way. You can see the shoulder around this particular level here. This is the shoulder here, and you've seen the purple break to the upside. So the high tendency that we want to see price react to is price come all the way, tap into this 1 hour order block. You can see order block, shoulder, fair value gap, both to the left and right. Then you can start following it all the way back to the upside. And we are heading to the 4-hour POI, which is this place. All right. So that is for AUDJPY today. That we are expecting this to happen today into tomorrow. All right. And on the 15-minute time frame, it becomes much more obvious for us to see where exactly price is heading to on AUDJPY. All right. So you can see it on AUDJPY. This is it, as it already have a lot of diagonal liquidity to grab at the other side. Okay, so you've seen the shoulder, you've seen the purple break, so we are expecting price to come all the way and tap into our POI. And this POI happens to be a 1-hour order block, while at the same time we are seeing a 15-minute order block with a conference of a fair value gap somewhere to here. So you should look out for the buy of AUDJPY today into tomorrow. So this is going to be the end of the first session of the market color. Just stay tuned as we go into the second session where we are going to analyze the DSY and also the other dollar related pairs. Remember to trade cautiously and use your risk management strategy properly. Cheers and God bless. Wait for the next session.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back again to today's market color, brought to you by yours truly, the Value Flow Trading team. Once again, we apologize for starting a little late today, and we're going to be proceeding with today's market color right away. Starting off, wonderful analysis, by the way, from Leko, and we're going to be continuing the analysis, looking at the dollar index. And then we're also going to be looking at GBP USD and Euro USD before we wrap up today's market color. All right, just a moment. So I'll pop up my chart. Okay. All right, all right. So, okay. So starting off with the dollar index. Right. So starting off with the dollar index, like Lekon highlighted during his session, we're going to be having bank holidays in the US as a result of the um, observance of Martin Luther King Day, and then some other events that are going on in the US. I think we should be seeing news regarding the inauguration of President Donald Trump today. So lots of other events are going to be going on. But however, the London session is going to be very much active as all banks around Europe are still very open, same as those in Asia as they wrap up the Asian session. So we could see some flows this morning into today. Now, starting off with the dollar index, we're already seeing signs that we would experience low volatility on the dollar. However, we're seeing a short on the dollar index. Personally, as at last week, I told you all that I wanted to see the dollar index trace into this level right here. Okay, somewhere around this 61.8 level and filled up this volume imbalance right here. And then we should be pushing back up. So that quick rejection candle to the upside, but there was not enough momentum to continue carrying price all the way up. All right, so that is one of the things that we are seeing currently. The dollar index has now been cut off in a range. Now let's look at it on 4-hour time frame for clearer perspective. Now you can see that from this level right here to this place here is the range that the dollar index is in at the moment. So we're expecting it to break out of this level anytime soon. But with regards to what's happening today, we might see some short on the dollar, and then we would experience maybe the resumption of the uptrend going into tomorrow. So for today, I expect to see the dollar just ranging within this level right here, where I will take positions on other pairs. So I'll be looking at other pairs independent of the dollar for today. That will be my outlook. So for the dollar, we expect it to range because of the bank holiday, obviously. And we're looking at catching most of our trades during this London session. By New York session, we'll just be seeing erratic movements in the markets, which is not something we are very much interested in. All right, so this is what I'm expecting to play out on the dollar index, okay? So let's move over to Euro USD. Now, for the foreign currencies, Euro USD and GBP USD, in occasions like this where we're not clear on the dollar and we're seeing the dollar short, we'll be expecting longs on this currency pair. So for Euro USD, as you can see, the start of the day is already bullish. So we expect that bullishness to continue at least into the end of the London session. So let's look at 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so on the 4-hour time frame, one of the things that I'm looking as a possible target for this Euro USD move, if it's really going to hold, is this other block right above here. This other block right here will be a destination for this Euro USD long, because you can see that other liquidities, other places where we see liquidities have been grabbed, except for this guy right here. And then there is a fair value gap leading to this other block. So it makes it more juicy. I would expect to see Euro USD trade into this level, going into this London session and early New York session today. And then this, okay? So this is what I'm expecting to happen on Euro USD if this buy should continue. But like we said, and there's the bank holiday, so we might not see much liquidity to push it all the way up. If you even look at Euro USD from the 1-hour time frame, you can see that clearly it's also in a range of its own. you can see the range high and the range low. If you extend it, you see that price is struggling to break out of this range, whether to the downside or to the upside. So I would expect to see Euro USD give me a possible entry to just take buys and break out of this range into this level and then sell off to the downside. This is what I'm expecting on Euro USD today. Okay, they buy into this level and then they sell if price is willing to break out of this range. All right, so anytime I see ranges like this, I'm very concerned because I don't want to be caught at the middle of the range and then be wondering how I'm going to get out of that position. So for that reason, I'll apply more caution on this Euro USD trade if I don't see enough indices to allow me to enter the trade, or if I don't see enough signals to enter the trade, then I'll just quietly stay out because we have a whole lot of time to trade this year. We have over 300 days of trading this year. So staying away from the market for 1 day is not going to kill. All right. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro USD. Break out of this range, trade up to the 4-hour order block, and then sell off to the downside. So you can look on 15-minute time frame and wait to see if price is going to come to a discount level, and then we'll take the trades accordingly. Now let's take a quick look at GBP USD. Now on the daily time frame of GBP USD, you can see that there's been a very wide expansion on GBP USD, and we're expecting a deep retracement for GBP USD, unlike what we had on Euro USD. Now, on GBP, I have a couple of places where I would want to see price trade into. First off is the daily order block. Okay, so if at all any pair is going to give us that strong bullish move, I suspect GBP USD to be our guide. All right, so on daily time frame, this is where I expect GBP USD to trade into. Now, let's do something quickly before we move to the 4-hour time frame. Now, if you look at this swing from the top to the bottom, citing this as the swing high and the 0% level as the swing low, you see that GBP USD has not given us a discount, sorry, premium retracement yet. So there's two more reasons for it to trade a little higher. So our points of interest as follows. First off is the 78.6 level as our point of interest. And then the second point of interest is this fair value gap right here that is also touching this mitigation block to the left-hand side. So 61.8 and 78.6 levels are my point of interest for GBP. So GBP USD, I mean. So I want you guys to replicate this chart on your own trading if you use that, or if you use any other charting platform, so that it gives you a clear guide on what we're expecting today. Now, let's also do the same thing on the 4-hour time frame. You'll see some of that juicy points of interest still on 61.8 and 50 level. You can see that we have another block right here. So we could be expecting price to get to this level before we sell off. So two places right now. First off is the level here on the 4-hour time frame, the downside, and then the second is the one on the daily time frame. So we have 2 points of interest this morning, and we would want to see GBP USD buy into these levels and then sell off from there to the downside. So right now, I'll just be waiting for my point of interest to show clearly. I'll wait for a cool retracement. I want to see price break above here, and then a retracement should unfold. Okay, so I want to see price break above here, and then the retracement would allow me to buy GBP USD into this level and then sell it off afterwards. Okay, so these are the two places I'm looking forward to seeing GBP USD trade to. So if it breaks above here and closes, then it's going to give me more confidence in taking the trade. So I'll just wait for a full retracement and an expansion back to the upside. So for me, my most preferred trade to do is going to be GBP USD buy. All right. So I would want you all, like I said earlier, to replicate this chart markup on your various starting platforms so that when things play out, you'll be able to take advantage of it. Okay, so for GBP USD, I want to see break above this high and then retrace, then we take our buys to the upside. If we are very much active, maybe during the New York session, if it has gone so, we can come back and give you an update. So pay attention to the Telegram channels and then be around for the New York session. It's going to hold by 2 p.m. Nigerian time so that you can get a recap on what we are trading today and then what we're looking to trade for the rest of the day. All right. Thank you very much, everyone who was able to make it to this market color this morning. If you want to learn to analyze the market just like we do, so that you can replicate this same analysis on other trading, other forex pairs, and then indices and what's not. And then you want to also learn how we enter the trades and how we exit, how we manage our trades, our entry signatures, our top-down analysis patterns. You should sign up for the FX Bootcamp course, and then you're going to be able to get a quality information and good knowledge on how to do all these, right? The FX Bootcamp course is very much available right now. So just send us a DM on our Telegram or our WhatsApp platforms so that we can get you signed up immediately and you start enjoying all these benefits that comes with a quality training just like the FX Bootcamp. Thank you very much once again. Wish you good luck and good trading. Remember to apply proper risk management in all your trades, and we're going to be seeing by 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Cheers and God bless, guys.